So if you've ever wondered to yourself, how can I do something called a non-verbal induction? If you haven't heard of this before, the statement basically says what it is. It's how do I hypnotize a client to a certain depth without using any words. Now, Milton Erickson was incredibly famous for this, and it's a really simple idea. A lot of people that think it was you can use hand gestures. You might have a client look at their hand to do a trance that way. And while this is okay, it's very, very obvious to the client that you've started to do something. I always like to do stuff that's hidden. Always like to do stuff that doesn't trigger my client's psychotic insight and also their resistance. I want to sort of go around them, if you will. I want to go around the back door instead of them seeing me go straight directly to them. I want things to be hidden so they do not trigger that resistance. So can you do a non-verbal induction without being seen or without a client knowing you're doing it? Absolutely. And it's one thing you need to do is this right here. A lot of eye contact. Eye contact is incredible, even if over Zoom. When I used to work with my clients over Zoom and I had the camera on, the very rare cases where they did want their camera on, I'd still be looking at them through Zoom. If I'm seeing them face to face, I'm going to have a hell of a lot of eye contact. I'm not going to put a mean face, not going to give it with a mean face. I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to look friendly, but I'm going to spend a lot of time looking at their eyes. This nonverbal induction creates what is called pressure, and this pressure starts to build up inside of your client. It's like you're not letting them off the hook. If you've ever been in a conversation and had someone stare at you, maybe it's a little bit awkward. It feels a little bit strange because they're using a lot of eye contact in the wrong context. That's uncomfortable, but it's still the same feeling. So the negative version of that, you want the opposite, which would be a positive. It's still the same feeling your clients can get. So if I'm too busy looking at a script or trying to think of the next best technique and I'm looking around, I'm losing that nonverbal induction. So whether you're doing something more traditional, don't be staring at the script. You want to be looking at your client. If you're doing more A.C.H, which is advanced conversation hypnosis, you definitely want to be using eye contact. This keeps the pressure on them. It keeps them on the hook. And the longer you stare at them and they stare back, it's like a mirrored effect. They'll actually start to go into trance that way. Now, does that help? Absolutely. If you find, however, your clients keep looking away, they're looking left or right, and they're trying to break that eye contact, you might want to ease off on it just a little bit and slowly build up to it. But I have no problem whatsoever once I've got my client's attention, is to keep my eye contact on them. I want to use that pressure as something non-verbal. So not only am I doing something like the hypnotic interview where I'm finding the unconscious payoff, I'm using eye contact as a secondary method to get them to the place where they can find this information, and that information being this place that we call trance. Now, I won't dig any more deeper into that because we can get quite in the weeds with that. But ideally, guys, use a lot of eye contact. At a very basic level, it shows your clients that you're interested, which is a big, big help. It also shows your clients that you're paying attention. Think about it like this. If your client comes to see you, you might be the second or third or fourth or fifth therapist they've gone and seen. So what if all of those other therapists are too busy trying to be creative, too busy trying to do the language patterns, too busy trying to show off their hypnotic skill, and they're too busy trying to tell their clients what to do? And here you come along giving friendly eye contact and talking to your client and making it about them. That's an instant switch they're not prepared for. And that's going to be great. It catches them unaware. So I'm always trying to do, to some extent, the opposite of what I know other therapists are going to do because I know that style doesn't work. So here you are, you're sitting with this client. This client sees you looking at them with a friendly smile on your face, you're using eye contact, you're paying attention, you're really interested in what they're saying. And they're thinking to themselves, wow, this person's actually listening to me. They're paying attention. It's all about me. They wouldn't have had this before. And that in itself is very therapeutic, guys. So beyond just the nonverbal induction, you definitely want to be using eye contact, gather their attention, keep it, do the hypnotic investigation when you're using A.C.H, use that eye contact, and you'll get a hell of a lot farther than looking around the room, looking at your script, thinking of the 5 steps you need to do. Because what are you doing then? Realize you've got an unconscious mind sitting in front of you. You've got an unconscious mind. Those two things connect. Remember, a lot of language is non-verbal. The inductions you're giving off are non-verbal. So you may as well use it to your advantage and use a hell of a lot of eye contact.